got my bubbler. Should I use it with my buddy here to help push in? Maybe. Here we go. Try to share the bubbler, but I don't know what happened to him. Oh, he got blown up. he got sook. Somebody secret him. Ooh, get out of here. Jeez, there we go. Okay, we're doing it. Oh, this is bad. I might need to. No. Hey guys, it's Adam 8K Swimming Bird, and welcome to Splatoon. Next up on our tour of Sheldon's Picks Volume 2, I thought it was the Koro Koro roller, but it's actually the Cherry H-3 Nozzlenose with the splash wall and bubbler. Let's see how it does. Alright, so this set I was a little apprehensive about, but I think we can do well, especially with this rotation. We got Splat Zones on my two favorite maps, Blackbelly Skate Park and Camp Triggerfish. And I think I'm gonna go around the side and try to, carve out a little area using my sub and special. I think everyone's going around the side, jeez. So this set, the H3, I always confuse these because, H3, L3, it's all squiddish to me. But the L3 has a shorter range and less damage, but it has a higher rate of fire than the H3. And this is gonna have some of the same issues for you as the Grim Range Blaster, or any of the range blasters. If you're not careful, you gotta be pretty accurate, or you might not get your target. But if you can, hit all three of these quick globs here, then you'll be good. This man dancing around me. There we go. But yeah, so that is the big benefit of this set, the Cherry version. You get the double whammy of frustration to deal with, the splash wall and the bubbler, two get out of jail free cards. And the fact that this has light special depletion, I think the ever popular Zinc Mini Splatling, I'm gonna predict that some people who use that right now might eventually move over to the Nozzlenose here because it has pretty good turf coverage and can be pretty quick to fire, but has a bubbler with less special depletion. The Zinc has really been hit because I think it's pretty popular to use. And I got my bubbler. Oh, they snuck around me. Get out of here. Nope. There we go. They wasted that guy's Inkzuka at least. This guy's sneaking all around back. Hey, you little sneaky kid. But yeah, I can't remember what I was saying. Oh, so the Zinc Mini Splatling. The last few updates, when they added that special depletion system, they gave it medium depletion. And then in this new update, they gave it heavy. Oh, I thought I could swim away, but not quite fast enough. So yeah, they keep nerfing the Zinc Mini Splatling because the bubbler is so popular on that set. And we might not see as much of it anymore. But anyways, I think this is a good alternative if you're used to that weapon, because it seems like it's a completely different type of weapon, but it has good range and everything. I like this one. It's one that I wasn't even thinking about really using that much, but again, it's grown on me through practicing a little bit with it, and I think it is good for my more defensive play style. If I can't really hit someone super accurately, I've got that splash wall to buy me a little time, and then of course the bubbler to save me, just like my beloved Kraken, so I think we'll do okay with this thing. This is really the strategy that I tend to gravitate towards, more defensive, which is not, the best. I had someone mention in the comments that, hey, this game, usually the team that wins is the one that's way more aggressive and rushes in. And I don't know, I've always had a more defensive kind of style with most games. In Smash, I play Duck Hunt, who's kind of, hanging back and using projectiles. I like Sceptile and Pokken, very similar stuff. And usually in Japan, a lot of the Japanese players tend to play defensively in Smash Brothers, so it's surprising that you see the crazy Sploosh-o-matic players, mostly coming from Japan, where they got all that swim speed up. They just zip all around in their ink really quickly. Oh no, that didn't work. Can I get out of here? Nope. I need to get my accuracy a little bit more honed. But yeah, you can see there's a bunch of swim speed, but really a ton of run speed on that kid there. But anyways, yeah, this game has kind of brought out the more aggressive blitzkrieg strategy from a lot of players. And I know I'm probably at a disadvantage not using that so much, but I think I have a little bit of wiggle room here to play a little more defensively and try to hold down the zone when I've got this nice wall here. And yeah, this does build up the bubbler pretty fast. I wasn't sure how much turf would be covered. Back in 2.2, they really buffed the Nozzlenoses. The H3 especially has 15% more difference than it originally had, and or distance, sorry. It is a difference. And it also has 15% more turf coverage. And then more recently, in this 2.8 update, they did buff the amount of damage it does to the Rainmaker shield. It's like 40% more, and the L3 is 20% more. I guess it just wasn't great at breaking the shield, but right now we're in Splat Zone, so that doesn't matter too much. No real buffs to them in this patch. Ooh, jeez. Oh, my wall's gone. Okay, we're good. That's one of the big reasons I like the wall. You don't have to be hiding the whole time when someone's got that Inkzuka. I think we're gonna take this, trying to, you know, keep the zone held down. It's funny on this map especially how much the teams just kind of switch sides, and the other team will go into that zone and we'll take this one. And then eventually, you know, one of them grabs it for long enough to win, and I think that's gonna be us. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Bad, bad, bad. No, no, no. There we go. Jeez. Almost backed right off. Hey, there's a little guy right there, but I'm not gonna have time to take him out before the match is over. I think we had a pretty good splats to sploops ratio there. All right, and we got the win. Wasn't a knockout, but I kind of prefer when the matches are more heated like that, back and forth, and we get, you know, not a clear winner, but both teams did well. Okay, let's jump into another match. Back on Camp Triggerfish, I don't mind. This is, like I mentioned, it's one of my favorite maps. Probably my two favorites are Blackbelly and Camp Triggerfish. Mahi's growing on me. This one, I just really love the aesthetics. It's very counter to the city that we're used to for the rest of this game for the most part. And Blackbelly I like a lot because I think it's a good brush map as well. And this map not quite as good for the brushes, I think, because you got to deal with having that big gulf, and it's a little tough to get close in. Lots of good spots for chargers to hang out. Got my bubbler. Should I use it with my buddy here to help push in? Maybe. Here we go. Try to share the bubbler, but I don't know what happened to him. Oh, he got blown up. he got sook. Somebody seekered him. Ooh, get out of here. Jeez, there we go. Okay, we're doing it. I'm trying out my one hat. The Squid Nordic is what it's called, and it has comeback on it. So if I am dying a lot, then it should help. Trying to get my wall. Yeah, so many nerfs to the splash wall over the handful of updates. You know, the ton of updates we've actually had, a lot of them. And speaking of which, I should mention current events here in Inkopolis, a little news flash. There's going to be maintenance on Monday, so if you're watching this later, it's Monday the 13th is when the maintenance takes place. It's like 6 to 10 Eastern. Whoa, okay. Well, just walked with that fancy little hat isn't going to keep me warm when I'm all wet. But yeah, so they're going to do maintenance. I know a lot of people, a decent amount of people at least, have complained that since the update here, there's been some disconnects and problems. I had a problem where I was going to win a match, and then it was like, hey, you don't have an internet connection. And I was like, yeah, I do. And then I argued with the game for a while. No. But yeah, so I had a little bit of problem, and I usually don't have almost any, so I do sympathize with people who have, you know, problems frequently, so I know it probably is bad if I'm getting it too. So they're gonna probably fix that here, but you won't be able to play Splatoon for a little bit. It's probably already done by the time you're watching this, unless you're an early bird. That's it. I didn't mean to say it like that, but yeah, maybe the first couple, you know, 1,000 people to watch it can call yourselves early birds if you want, but it's really cliche and corny. Okay, so I can't remember what I was saying about updates other than this weapon has been buffed a little bit, and that, yeah, I do like this map set. So I might try to, I'm actually really gelling with this weapon. I might try to do more matches than I usually do. I will quickly highlight a weapon in these new ones and usually move on to the next. And I know a lot of you are anxious to see the Koro Splat roller. I saw a roller there and it reminded me, but that's the Dynamo spreading so much ink. But yeah, so I am anxious to try that out as well, but maybe we'll do 2 episodes of this one. I like this setup a lot. I don't want to waste the opportunity to try to have a little bit of leeway with learning a new weapon. It's nice when you really can, you know, play well on the maps if you're going to put yourself at a bit of a disadvantage by trying out something new. But of course, I do it for you guys, and I do it to get better at the game too. It's not, yeah. I'm trying to get a lot of variety. I know I've got a lot of weaknesses in my play style, and I appreciate all the tips you guys have been leaving. So we're gonna do at least one more here for this video, but I might continue on and trying to push in that splash wall. It's nice, but if I can push past it a little bit to get some more extra range, they might not expect me to go that far, and you can kind of take him out. Yeah, this set is really like, hey, hang out in this one spot and really use the, oh, get him, yeah. I wanted to get the guy who got the ink strike off, but couldn't do it in time. I'm stuck in that ink, but I got a few splats right at the end. That might have been my my best round yet with this thing, or most of these weapons that we've been trying. Really, yeah, the defensive strategy works for me, even if it can be a little tougher to get those wins. How'd we do? Nice, 6-1. I'll take it, and let's do another. All right, one more. We'll finish up with this one. We'll have some Blackbelly in the next episode, I promise. I didn't get it this time. Got a nice E-liter on our side. Oh, geez. Got to deal with a Splat Charger and a Squiffer on their end, but that's okay. I'll do my best. I keep changing my hats out. I don't know what hat would be best for the Nozzlenose. I'm trying a little bit of damage up. Still takes 3 this full succession of globs, or whatever you want to call it. One full shot from this thing will take out an enemy Inkling, and no amount of damage up is really going to change that too much. But the thing that a lot of people don't think about too much, though, is that when your enemy is standing in your ink, they're going to take a little bit of damage too. So damage up does still help, even if it's not going to reduce the amount of shots. You might only get 1 or 2 shots, but the damage that they take from being inked on the ground might do the rest that you need. There we go, pushing in. The bubbler, I feel so cheap using this thing that's so frustrating for me to deal with, but it's helping me get enough, of a defensive buffer to get these splats. Speaking of, cool subs and specials or annoying things, I saw there's a nice comment chain that I was going to mention. It was Michael mentioned that there should be a graffiti spray can weapon in the game, and I know there's not too many subs and specials. They have plenty of room to add them in the sequel or the NX version. So I saw that and I was like, that's kind of interesting. Maybe it would make it feel even more like Jet Set Radio or Jet Grind Radio or whatever. But it still had it's a good idea. And then I think it was Andre was like, that they haven't done that yet. That's the greatest idea. And then Benjamin is the one who he kind of like talked about it a little bit. This is interesting because I had some thoughts on it too. He was saying like it would be a cool sub weapon to like throw graffiti, like a spray can in that would bounce around and spray ink everywhere. And that really got me thinking. I was like, how cool would it be to have, crack it in your face. How cool would it be to have a it's almost like a mobile sprinkler where you'd throw this can out, it would bounce around and spray ink like a limited time sprinkler, and maybe after it runs out it doesn't even leave a blast like a bomb. But the cool thing could be is if you were able to shoot it, or your opponents, it kind of made me think of Duck Hunt and Smash and the trick shot can, like being able to hit it around would be really cool. And just kind of bounce it all over. So you could do really cool stuff where like you throw it up and shoot it over a wall or something that bounces around a little bit. I think they'd have to balance it, probably use a lot of ink to throw that out, but it could be a nice little variation on it's like a sprinkler bomb hybrid. That the developers have, he's right on the net. Get out of here. He's, or she, I don't know, I couldn't tell. The developers have done some stuff in the past with, like, we know they like kind of combining stuff because, we have the shooters, the rollers, the chargers, and then we started to get some kind of hybrids, like the quick roller brushes. We got the Splatling, which is like a shooter charger hybrid, and the buckets, the sloshers, are kind of like the roller flick combined with, I don't know. It's just the roller flick, really, throwing out buckets. So I think they could probably start doing that with sub-weapons as well, and like have kind of combos. Where's my shield? Get it! Oh, I gotta save my friend. He's jumping in. I gotta keep him alive. Come on, come on, come on. This is rough. They love that ledge, those chargers. So anyways, what do you guys think about that? It was kind of a combined brainstorming effort in the comment section, so I had fun thinking about that. And I want to thank those guys for suggesting it, and everybody who leaves comments. I appreciate it. I do read pretty much every comment. I try my best. I check back a lot. I have a huge feed of like every comment that comes in, and I look at them. Even if I don't have time to respond to all of them, I really appreciate it. Let's do another one. I'm enjoying this thing, and it's working out well. We'll get Blackbelly though. Somebody's jumping in. Oh, that's always satisfying, catching the Kraken on a splash wall. He's gonna hide behind that box. Maybe I can get him. Nope, is he just gonna jump out of there? Because he's in a rough spot. I got you here, buddy. Even if I don't have much ink, I'm I'm gonna get you. No, he ran away. Uh-oh, uh-oh. I'm in a bad spot now. Okay, throw that and run. They're gonna chase me all the way back to spawn. Can we do it? I almost have my bubbler. A little more ink. Yeah. Get him. Oh, this is bad. I might need to. No. The bubbler. That's the big weakness of it. You know, the Kraken, it feels like it's a little easier to do that on, but I deserved that. They really pushed in and outnumbered me and took me out well by just knocking me into that gross camp water. All right, thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this. Next time, I think I'm gonna keep working with this weapon and see how we do. And we'll get some different maps in here as well, especially Blackbelly. That is the one that I want to try. I'm gonna just storm in. I don't have ink resistance, so this is kind of a bad idea. Oh, geez, I made it through, but I got sniped. That's okay, we're in overtime as long as we just gotta get one of these zones, I think, and we'll break them out of that. Yep, okay, we got it. I was like, how can we do it? We did it. Thank you guys again. And if you want to leave a thumbs up, like I mentioned, I appreciate it. Helps me out. And I'll see you guys next time for a little more of the Cherry H-3, and then I promise we'll get to the rest of the weapons in Sheldon's Picks Volume 2. See you then. Goodbye.